Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. Oh, and there's a big hit right. He is knocked down hard on the opening kickoff. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. And he'll get ahead for about 3 on the first play from scrimmage. They face 2nd down and 7.
Here we go.
Now Brown. Finding room at the 35. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. Catch left side is made by Higgins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go.
Play action now. It's Burrow. He's got Gesicki open down the field. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Here we go.
Here's Brown. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It's pulled in by the Chiefs. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And At this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
That's going to be caught by Gray. Big strides. Look at him go. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Veteran Trey Hendrickson there on the stop. Second and 7.
Fight on these two. Fight on these two.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
A run. It's P-Rock. And a good run there. Finds the lane. Gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here's 3rd and 2.
Yellow, yellow.
That's complete left side to Worthy. And he will dive into the end zone. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there.
On 2.
1st and 10 now from the 36.
Gun, gun. Got.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
You know, Mike, drastically different things waiting for these two squads on the sideline as they run off. I mean, we can hear the defensive sideline celebrating all the way up here. I mean, back-to-back drives, they come away with the takeaway. Now, on the offensive sideline, there's no celebration awaiting. It's coaches looking to gather their guys together and say, look, we've got to have ball security. If we don't protect the football, we have no chance.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Von Bell, the veteran safety, is there on the play. So after one, it's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. He connects with Gray on that one. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 43, 15. 15. Yellow.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And he will score. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Here's the Chiefs
43,
and Mahomes
43.
lining up to add on 2 more. That's out quickly and complete. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Good coverage by the kicking team. It's out of bounds, shy of the 20. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A carry here for Brown. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
On 1, right?
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Now he takes off. How about this 1-2 to start the drive? Mark him off with a gain of 24 and another 1st down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. They'll go with him again. Good blocking, and he's in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. Here's Burrow leading them to the line. They'll go for 2.
Here we go.
Back to throw. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. After the TD, on is McPherson. Should kick this one away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They put Kelsey in motion. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco, who managed to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Chris Jenkins, they're on the tackle.
Come back!
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts.
Fire on these two.
Now it's P-Rock. He'll work forward for a couple. Mike Hilton coming in to make the play. Here now, 3rd and 5. Short pass taken in by the tight end. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go.
Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dax Hill.
Intercepted by the Bengals. They'll take over at 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
First and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing is Burrow. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And it'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for Chase. A huge play just before the half. A gain of 48. They go play action for Burrow. He'll find Andre Yosibas. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
He's got it inside the 5. And the Bengals have got a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 4-yard line. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Burrow. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes. Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. It's up and through. And the Bengals will tie things up here in the first half. So a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Right side.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Little backyard football here by the quarterback. It looked like he was running around the playground in his early days. The disruption of the timing early was the key, and from that point on, him and his receiver just unable to get on the same page.
15.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. And taking a shot downfield for Kelsey. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. All right, Coach, second half drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll get about 5. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
Hey, 43, 15. 15. Yellow. Right side.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Pacheco. He'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Pacheco. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
I typically like to see the play-action pass on the early downs, Mike. Now they find themselves on 3rd down. The defense is more prepared for the pass. They get stopped twice with the run. Do they go back to it a 3rd time and take their chances?
Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. Off the play fake. Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And he's in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now he'll run. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a 1st down.
And this is one of the downfalls to man coverage, Mike. Anytime the defender's eyes are so locked in on their responsibility, there's not a lot of guys with eyes on the quarterback. In this case, he escapes the pocket, becomes a runner, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. 2nd down and 8.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Open that downfield. Chase has it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move.
On one, ready?
It's a 1st down.
Gun.
On the ground, it's Brown. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll run here with Brown. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. Got his man at the 6. And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to...
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up. We got ourselves a ball game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Here's P-Rock. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he gets this up to the 42.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On the ground, this is P-Run. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Motion man is Rice. Quick throw here is complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. A run with Pacheco. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
That ball intercepted. That's the safety, Von Bell. Inside the 40. Still going. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Brown. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
I'm fine, ready?
This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. And he'll take it on in. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal. And, Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here is 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They'll drop to throw. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet inbound.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Here comes 2nd down. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. That's the safety, Von Bell. And the Bengals will take over here just past the 30.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive.
Here we go.
Now Brown. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout here, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
12. Gun. Stop.
Here's Brown. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Here we go.
So, this one, a win for the visiting Bengals. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.